Canada is the fourth largest oil producer in the world. We pump more than 5 million barrels a day. We have more oil under our soil than nearly every nation on Earth. So why did your gas bill spike 39% in the first 3 months of 2026? Why are you paying nearly $2 a liter because of a war in the Persian Gulf, a sea Canada has never shipped a barrel through? The answer is not supply. The answer is not demand. The answer is a 40-year-old policy decision that transferred the risk of global oil markets onto you and transferred the profits of a national resource to shareholders. Here is what they do not tell you. Saudi Arabia regulates its domestic fuel prices. Kuwait protects its citizens from global volatility. Russia uses a state mechanism to delink domestic pump prices from export markets. These governments decided that a national resource should benefit the nation that owns it. Norway made a different calculation. Norwegians actually pay more at the pump than Canadians. But Norway taxes oil production heavily and deposits every dollar into a sovereign wealth fund that now holds $2.2 trillion. Every Norwegian citizen effectively owns a share of the oil their country produces. They pay at the pump and collect on the back end. Canada does neither. We pay global speculative prices, and the surplus goes to the oil companies. This was not always the case. Before 1985, Canada regulated domestic petroleum prices. The National Oil Policy, introduced in 1961, and the National Energy Program in 1980, both existed to protect Canadians from global volatility. The logic was simple. If your country produces more oil than it consumes, your citizens should not pay a war premium on something they own. In 1985, Brian Mulroney's conservative government tore that up. Mulroney gave oil companies the power to charge whatever the global market would bear, then built the north-south pipelines to make sure Canadians had no choice but to compete with the world for their own oil. The result was $154 billion in after-tax profits for the petroleum industry between 2022 and 2024. And this year, with the conflict driving the benchmark higher, the industry is on pace to collect $43 billion more on top of that. You will hear that more pipelines mean energy sovereignty. Think about what that actually means. Every new export pipeline is a new highway for your oil to leave the country. More foreign buyers means a higher benchmark price. A higher benchmark means a higher price at your pump. Alberta's provincial budget explicitly celebrated this outcome. Not in spite of higher consumer prices, because of them. The oil industry calls deregulation the free market. What it actually is a 40-year-old decision that transferred the risk of global markets from oil companies onto you. Saudi Arabia protects its citizens from global oil prices. Norway builds generational wealth from its oil. Canada built the pipelines so the oil could leave the country faster, then handed you the bill. Your oil, their record profits, your record price. That is not the market. That is a choice, and someone chose it.